Hi, and welcome to the next lesson. I would definitely like to show you a couple new things or different things rather than just sitting on the Mimio notebook. If you go onto the internet, you're gonna come across something that's called Mimio Connect. And Mimio Connect is much like the Smart Exchange for smart boards, where educators have created lessons and have uploaded specific things that might help you. You might come across lessons, you might come across Flash that you can add to your lesson, you might come across websites that are interactive, or just new tools that you can add to your gallery. And we're just going to go through that and show you how it can help you, how you can use it, and really just go from there. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come to Mimio Connect, and obviously you're going to have to create an account, and it's a really nice thing. It shows you what you've done, what you've shared, and you can get email and stuff like that. But we're going to just start with the basic lesson plan. So let's come over to the lesson plan and activities button. And I teach 4th grade, so we're just going to start going from there. I like clicking on the very basics or something that's very broad and then slowly narrow my search in. And you're going to see that everything that comes up, it says grade level grade 4, the subject is science, grade 4 mathematics, and there's all different types. Some things that are in another language, some things that are in mainly English, but you can set up that all based on when you sign up, what you want to look for. So anything that says grade 4 or that age level is now going to be coming up. And you can see the pictures, so if you ever post anything, you're going to see that your picture is up there. And we're gonna just start looking. I started with just grade 4, but I'm pretty picky. I don't like looking at the newest things. I like something that's been out there, that's been tested. So I try and look for something that's more highly rated, which just says that other teachers love it, and it's something that can definitely be used in my classroom immediately. So you start scrolling down and you start seeing all these different things. And you have Math Playground. So let's just click on that and see what this is all about. It says, great website for math games. Some of the features are games, word problems, logic puzzles, and math videos. So this is just a link, and you'll see that it says link, and you'll see that it says go. If you're not logged in, you're not going to really see any of this stuff. But because this is only a link, I can check it out, I can see what it's all about. But ultimately, it's not going to be affecting what I'm doing on Mimio. So I'm going to just hit back. Let's get a little bit more specific. Let's look for science. Let's see what we can find in science. So as science starts coming up, you can see that you have all different types of stuff that starts to show up. It's still hitting the grade 4. You see how science can get a little bit more specific as we go. Let's see what this says here. Awesome math and science simulations. So I click on this and I start to notice that this is also nothing but a website. So I'm really not too worried about the content. I'm really looking for some type of lesson that's definitely going to help me immediately. Let's go with forms of energy. That's something that I teach in my science curriculum. And you can see that right up on the top you start to get more specific. And if you type in that search result, anything that says energy or forms of are going to start popping up. So I'm going to click on forms of energy and see what this says. Okay, so this is a forms of energy where it tells me that the size is 1.4 megabytes. Did I download it? Yes, I downloaded it. How many people have downloaded the same thing? 30 people. And it's a .ink. A .ink is a lesson. So if I clicked on this, it's going to ask me, do I want to download it? I'm going to say yes. If I am downloading it, I would want to save this to my P drive, and we would go from there. So make sure that you would always do save as P colon if you're working at school, and you can save it right there. So that's one type of lesson that I can click on. And all I'm doing is downloading it, and I'll show you exactly how to open it up shortly. So I want to search for some type of tools. There's a lot of different tools that you can find that are like the basic clip arts. So let's just look for science tools and see what comes up. Okay, so there's a lot of packs that are out there now, and I'm going to click on a science pack. Same thing with dynamic tools. All this is tools that Mimio themselves have made that don't come in your normal gallery, and if you want them, you have to download them. So we're going to click on science pack. Make sure we still have internet. And you're going to see that this is a .mcf. A .mcf tells me that it's definitely a science pack, and that this is going to be needed, that this is needed to be uploaded into my gallery. So if I click on this, I'm going to just make sure that it says open one down, and I'll come back to this. So there's a couple of things that you could do when you download it. You can immediately put it right into your gallery, which is exactly what it's going to do. But if you're saving this on your P drive, you're going to have to do a little bit different step, and I'll show you exactly how to do that in a little bit. There's a couple other things I wanted to show you on Mimio Connect. Ultimately, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to come on here, and you're going to have to just start searching and seeing what you would like and what you don't like. There's a lot of lessons out there that you're going to download and be like, okay, this kind of works, this doesn't work. And you're going to have to make some changes to it. But at least you have a starting point, and someone did some of the work for you, which is always a nice part about the sharing. The only two that I've really used was when I want to ask someone, how do I do something specific? Because there's really no training on it, and or I get stuck, or I just want to do something to it that I haven't been able to accomplish. I would go to Ask a Master, and when you click on Ask a Master, you're going to see that it gives you a chance to talk to somebody pretty much immediately, or you can see that they already have questions and answers that they've already came up with. Like this one's adding hyperlinks, calibrating, downloading, adding multimedia. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you could do. The training part is also a nice thing, because if I click on training, you're going to see a quick learn on demand training video training, which is much like what you're doing here, just listening to myself. And you're going to see that there's all types of lessons that they've created to help you with something. So it's a lot, but ultimately I'm not going to be able to teach you every single thing about the Mimio, and you might want to do more specific things than what I'm able to talk about. I'm really here to just make sure that you hit the ground running, and can open up Mimio Notebook tomorrow and start making lessons. This gets very specific in what you're supposed to be able to do. This one talks about gallery and gallery files. This one talks about activity wizards and exercises. You have fixed aspect ratio. You have cloning and hyperlinking. I know I've talked about cloning. We've done hyperlinking quickly. the spotlight tools, and it kind of just breaks apart every little thing that they have on it. One thing that I know that I'm not doing anything with is the gradebook, because my school happens to use a different type of grading system. So if you're interested in the Mimio Studio gradebook, then this is something that you would definitely want to click on and see what it's all about. Below that, you're going to see a Mimio Vote Essentials. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I'm still new to it. I was just lucky enough to end up getting the Mimio Vote for my classroom as well. So here's a couple other things, and if you click on some, I already have one open right up here. It's going to say Launching Blackboard Collaborate, and it is going to open a little thing that looks like this, and it's a session that someone's already done, and as you click on it, you're going to see that someone's going to talk to you and go through all the steps.
Mimio Quick Learn on-demand training session for Mimio Studio Gradebook.
And this is something, it was almost like a webcast of some sort that Mimio was doing, and they just saved it so that anybody can really talk to anybody. And then they just get more and more specific, and it's like a 37-minute video that comes with PDFs and such. But it's definitely a very helpful tool that they've created. The internet, or from Mimio Connect. So it's very simple. You're going to go over to File, Open, or you could just hit this Open Folder. We're going to hit the Open Folder. And I said that the lesson that I downloaded was on my desktop. If I downloaded it on my school computer, I would hit P:, hit Enter right in that file name, and then it's going to send me to my P drive. But all I have to hit on my home computer is Desktop, and then I'm going to scroll down until I find that Forms of Energy lesson that I downloaded. And you're going to see that it's going to pop up, and you're going to have all types of stuff that you can do with this lesson, and all different types of pages that you can use. And it's a nice little feature to where I didn't have to do anything. Someone's already created the lesson for me. And you can see if you scroll down here, they actually made it to where there's like 19 pages with all different types of energy. But if you go to this page right here where there's kinetic energy, you're going to see that there's like a mistake and all you have to do is just kind of clean it up a little bit, because some settings on certain computers are a little bit different than others. But it's just a nice lesson that you can add to it. If you don't teach certain types of energies, then you just don't have to use that page, or you just delete it and save it as your own. This is a nice thing where you can sit there and you can keep guessing. Very interesting. And then when you hit submit, it's going to tell you whether or not you're correct or incorrect. A new feature that Mimio has kind of added over the last year or so is part of the Mimio Vote, where you could go into your gallery, you can pull out ABC questions, and this is going to register right onto your Mimio Vote. But if you don't have the Mimio Vote, you could just throw this up on the board and see what kids get it right. Where it says light energy is energy that helps us see things around us, feel the things around us, or smell the things around us. I'm going to go with A, but I can't do it until I hit this right here. It's a little bit more difficult than just hitting that button to see what it requires, but if you have the Mimio system where there's a little Mimio hub, it's like a little USB port that you throw in your computer, it's going to give you other choices down below on how you can register the kids in, and they can actually pick, and it'll give you like a little chart on how many percent were correct, or a little graph based on who's getting them right and who's getting them wrong. I'm going to show you in the advanced version exactly how to create these things rather than just using other people. I hope you found this lesson helpful. Take care.